what's happening, people? I hope you're all doing fantastically well. So today I want to do a second part to the FCMA scammers. This time we're going to dive into a little bit more on Kim's side, because I know you're probably wondering why we're focusing on these others. Yeah, well, we're focusing on it because they all use the same script. They all use the same patterns, and we're trying to find connections, or at least, like I said, the patterns that looks very suspicious amongst all these scammers that we've been reporting on. So just bear with us. We will get to the key players in this, but today we want to focus a little bit more on what Kim's been doing, because this is a really good time to do it, especially after the last video we did, which was more around finish on the Metro Grant Holdings, which was the page that I'm showing right now, which had the Winston Shrout on there. As you know, he's not a very reliable person. I mean, he's been on James Gilliland and loads of other shows. This is what they do. They hit the UFO communities. They hit the Q community, the Trump followers, you name it, to soak up all the their subscribers and get them on board, and for them to donate and sell them services. So this is what they all do. Winston Shrout, look him up yourself, don't blame me, but he's got his name all over these documents. Clearly he's linked to Angle Ferdinand Marcos, who's been doing prison time, and now Winston is as well. So Metro Grant Holdings, okay, this is a key bit now as we move into. So this one is going to be more to do with the Metro Grant Holdings, and now it's linked to Angelo Ferdinand Marcos. And this chap here, Carlos Aranjo, we've mentioned him in our associate videos before. So this is where we start getting a little bit more into it. So this is the company. Carlos, he runs the South African part of Kim's Metro Grant Holdings from back in 2012, I believe, the time when she claims to have taken over from Marduk after cutting off his head, she believes to have done. Believe what you want to believe. We're not here today to talk about that. Okay, so our sources have sent us information. We've had this a long time. It's just really when to put it out. Metro Grant Holdings Corp is a shell company, some made-up company that they used in different parts of the world to try and say they're going to give out grants of trillions and billions of dollars to help countries, mostly in Africa. And but of course they want some kind of a fee. They drain off the fee. So either they want initial payment fee, because if we want you to set up a bank account with us, blah blah blah, or there is a fee where it looks like they put this money through. In this case here, she's Kim's putting forward, which I'll show you in a minute. Again, it's billions, and people want to kind of we're going to get into this. We need money to build our roads, in parts of Africa. So this is what they want to do, and Kim's clearly saying here that it's gold backed, IBOE. So Metro Grant Holdings Corp in Delaware, that was the address of the company at the time. Corporate officers and titles, there you go, called FMCA. This is the dodgy number again that we've already covered in the last. Miss Kimberly Goguen, Signatory Director and VP of Global Banking. Still uses this email, so if you want to email her, go ahead, give her some emails. Don't know about the telephone number. Oh, we do have a telephone number, but it's not that one anymore. And this is the bottom section of that. There you go, 10 billion as requested. So she's got 10 billion to hand over to, which we believe you'll see in a minute. African presidents, this is what they do. It's got a signature on there, and again, she's still saying again that it's part of this, the beneficiary owner of this account. Funny, they're all doing it. So, moving on. So, Grant Holdings Corp. This is the registered company. They do use agents, so you'll never know who actually owns that company. Copy a little bit. No. So moving on a bit. Okay, so let's move on to this Carlos Aranjo, who, like I said, he has the company which is called the Limitada version. So it's Metro Grant Holding Limitada. He's put it down as he's registered this in Mozambique, and is registered as an external company in terms of the 23rd of the Companies Act in 2008. So this is a branch of the Metro Grant Holdings. Now they've got an attorney that works under him. I'll look at the top there, like the Sovereign Trust and MGH Limitada, Metro Grant Holding. So he's the attorney, as we'll show you. We've got lots of this document. We've had to strip it down just to show you a little bit of the structure. That's page 18 that was from. So this is their headed paper, the Sovereign Trust. So we move down. So these are a little bit of an org chart, company structure. So there you go, shareholders, Carlos. So who's the shareholder? That's what we need to know. Incorporated Mozambique. Company organization structure. So there is Carlos Aranjo. And we've got some other. There's that Robin Beale, who is the legal team attorney for the company. I don't know about the other people. They're just on here. We have not really looked into them. So this is looking at page 7. So this is the Sovereign Trust. This is what Kim's moving a little bit. So then I've shown this page before in a previous. So these are the associates one. 19th of April 2013. Carlos Aranjo, FMCA, copies to Jesper Ellerman, Director and Vice President, Operations and Intelligence and Global Intelligence Agency. We read that before title. Thomas Williams has had that title before, kind of thing. He's been given roles, and so is Tank. Carlos Aranjo bearing the South African passport, authorised representative for the African continent. So Kim has sent this out to say that Carlos is the representing the African continent. And she says a full authorization of formal orders for execution of the redistribution of wealth transactions within the African continent charged to Carlos Aranjo, being South African passport number. And she goes in here, executed by myself, Kimberly Goguen, Trustee, Director, Vice President of Global Banking, acting authority of FMCA, the long number, throughout the nations of African continent. So you can probably pause this and have a really good read through it if you'd like to. But that is Kim. So this is the letter from Carlos Aranjo. He's sending it to the Honourable Dr. Haig Gingob. I really do assassinate people's names, apologies. But this is the Nambian president, and he's still an active president today. So he sent a letter with saying who he is, he confirmed that Ms. Kimberley is the official authorised signatory trustee of the Sovereign Trust. So now this is start where they're trying to let this president know that he can gain access to these grants, this trust that she's got. You are hereby informed that the access of the funds is done using a drawn down, which means transfer of funds using the multiple option settlement system. So if we go on a little bit, hereby informed the access to the funds is done by blue screen or any real-time interbank settlement system. So apparently some blue screen procedure telling them how to do it, etc. Enter the account number. Oh, nice account number there set up for you. And a nice little badge there to make it all official. So you can look him up if you want, the president. He does exist, but this Carlos guy is clearly, what we'll do in a minute, we'll bring up a news article that says a little bit different about this guy, Carlos, and who he's involved with, because he's been caught. Before we move on, though, there's another Metro Grant Holdings Corp that's got stacks of gold bullion in their vault. So let's have a little look at this Facebook page. So who could this be? Looks a bit familiar, doesn't he? Let's go to the About page. Oh, here we go. Oh, look who we got here. Established by Angle Ferdinand Marcos. What a coincidence. Oh, what? You can't make this crap up, can you really? You just can't. Brilliant. So let's go back to something else I want to show you. So this is going bold back. This is 2014. So we ain't knocked this up. No, this is what they do. Look. 2001, the Metro was established in 2001, around for over 38 years. So this guy, Angel Marcos, this is the crap, he's making out that he's got gold in these bunkers. I mean, this is how ridiculous it is. Like, gold pictures. I've been into the vaults. Look, these are the pictures. They never show pictures themselves actually inside the vaults, do they? Okay, there's one more thing I want to show you, which will kind of, there you go. Look at this. These are the affiliate companies. Where have we seen this before? Look, this idea. Metro Global Education, Metro Global Energy, Metro Global Human Resources, Science, Credit Card. This is what they do. They use the same shit. Look, Metro Global Insurance. Does Lifeforce do something like this today? Are they using the same script? I think so. It's 2014. It's not us making it up. Go and look up this page if you don't believe me. But this is what they do. They're all in the same club. Let's go back to this page here. Folks, you just got to do a little bit of research. Please don't take this the wrong way, but many people that follow Kim are just lazy. They really are lazy. Same as the Thomas Williams and all the other so-called alt media people. You're just lazy. You need to look them up. You need to do a little bit of research. Simple as that. Okay, so we're going to get on to a newspaper article now, which was about Metro Grant Holdings. So municipal officials duped by free funding on a 419 scam. So top officials of 4 South African municipalities have been duped by a rudimentary scam under the struck agreements to receive between 2 and 5 billion, about 22 billion to 53 billion rand, free funding from shady international grant facilitator. So contracts and letters signed by the municipalities, the manager and finance bosses indicate a willingness to receive development funding facilitated by the company called Grant Holdings Corp. So they claim to be able to donate and should have, well, basically they're saying that the amounts that Grant claimed to be able to donate should have set off alarms because that's more than South African's national budget. So why would they offer this sort of money? Grant produces letters to the South African Reserve Bank detailing a direct government investment grant to the Republic of South Africa of 1 trillion plus further rolls and extensions as your government deems necessary. Come on. Well, he said if it's too good to be true, it's probably a scam. He says in here, we have also made assignments to each of your intelligence agencies for 1 trillion each, which are awaiting drawdown from them. The letter states for municipalities, it says it can provide only up to 5 billion each. So we'll scroll down a little bit. Please, feel free to go ahead and read this. Okay, so Metro Bank claims to be the sovereign trust with access to trillions of dollars that it wants to distribute because it strives to fulfill its goal of creating global prosperity for all. We've heard that by Swiss Indo, 5-Star Trust, Godiva, from that Angle Ferdinand Marcos. We've heard that quite a lot. The CEO, Carlos Aranjo, was unable to provide evidence to support the claim that Grant had access to trillions of dollars. Investigators close to the case said it was a typical advance fee scam. Grant would be able to use the documents from municipalities to provide a front of legitimacy to scam other small businesses by offering them contracts in exchange for initial fee. This is what they do. This is exactly what they do. Contracts signed by the municipalities provided for the authorities and Grant would retain 50% of the funds to be placed into various pre-rearranged investment vehicles. Right. The Treasury blocked the agreements and warned at the municipalities of the risks of dealing with organisations that appears to be a scam. The Treasury investigate the legal structure of Grant, including the proposals for free funding, and concluded that there were serious inconsistencies in both its legal status and funding structure. And this is where it gets a little bit juicy. The municipal office officials could have avoided embarrassment through a simple Google search that would have provided warnings from Grant Holdings, such as website Ripoff Report. Grant has no track record in funding, no corporate presence such as a company telephone line. Its South African agents use free Gmail email addresses. This is what they do. I mean, Kim uses Yahoo. You got to use your own company paid for security purposes. You just don't do it with Gmails, This lack of traceable history is in legitimate business dealings combined with zero accreditation appears to be at odds with Grant claims of having access to trillions of dollars. It is exactly the same as the 419 scam. There you go. And that's on the internet for everyone to look at. So there you go. She clearly is linked to this guy, and it's looking pretty straightforward that she's tried to scam. I've put all the if you don't want to go to that website, then I'll put it in a document. We're going to put it onto our Telegram site as well, group. Okay, so this is the guy here. You can check his passport number to the document. That's the guy. What else have we got for you? Okay, so this is where Kim denies Metro Bank Holding Corp. She basically says there's other people that are using the company. Well, how come the newspaper has this Carlos's name? So she clearly says in here, Metro Bank, Metro Grant Holdings Limitada, Mr. Carlos Aranjo. So it's basically, I, Kim Goguen, acting on behalf of the sovereign, duly registered under Sovereign Country Code, FMCA, blah, 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 confirm Mr. Carlos Aranjo is our legally appointed representative. Metro Grant Holdings Limitada, a Mozambique registered company, is a wholly owned subsidiary of the Sovereign Trust. Shall be necessary, he can and will provide you with appointment letter which was provided to him. So look, it's become to our attention that there has been over the last few years international efforts to try and thwart the Sovereign Trust mandate on its United Nations registered redistribution of wealth and the global, this is the GERP recovery program. This mandate is to support all nations and people around the world without any prejudice and discrimination of any kind. So, one of these schemes has sprung from the Philippines, where the Philippine National registered a trust company with the same name as the Sovereign Trust. Previous operational company, Metro Grant Holdings Corp, with the same logo and letterheads. Oh, coincidence. This company has caused enormous damage to our impeccable reputation and noble mandate, and it is rest assured that all governments and organizations whom we are and will engage with, that I hereby confirm that the Sovereign Trust have nothing to do with Metro Grant Holding Corp. Well, they're using your bank account. So there you go. That's this is number 2. The next one will be going. It's a big one. It's going to be the Manor World Holding Trust, and you think this is just the first one where it links Kim. I say Metro. They even said the Metro Grant Holding Corp. It's a newspaper, and using his name as well. So Kim has to then put out a. This is 20th of April 2014, and she puts one out in June because she knows she's getting some seriously bad publicity out there in Africa, and it gets a lot worse, and she's in more newspapers, and she's mixed up with more crooks. It just gets worse. I can't wait to show you. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching this video. We appreciate it, and I hope you have a cracking week, should I say. Take care. Bye-bye.